Hello everyone, got a few dirty jokes for you today. So a man meets a beautiful, really hot girl. He really wants her. So he invites her to a movie, and she tells him, "Listen, if you only want to screw, then there is no need to get me dinners, movie evenings, and all that. Just buy me a good Swiss Army knife." The guy thinks. It's true, he's not interested in something long-term, so he buys her a good genuine Victorinox. They come to her home. She opens a big chest standing in a closet and puts his knife there. The guy sees that the chest is half filled with such knives already. Then she takes him to her bedroom for a wonderful night together. The next morning, they're sitting at her kitchen, drinking tea, and he asks her, "Can I ask you a question? Why would you need so many knives for?" "You see," she explains, "I'm young now. I'm beautiful. I have no trouble finding guys. In fact, they're the ones chasing me. But I know it doesn't last forever. One day, I'll be older, gray-haired. I'll be the one looking everywhere for a piece of love, and then... Do you have any idea what a boy of 18 would be willing to do for a good Swiss Army knife?" So a group of kindergartners were trying to become accustomed to the first grade. The biggest hurdle they faced was that the teacher insisted on no baby talk. "You need to use grown-up words," she'd always remind them. She asked Chris what he had done over the weekend. "I went to visit my Nana." "No, you went to visit your grandmother. Use grown-up words." She then asked Mitchell what he had done. "I took a ride on a choo-choo." She said, "No, you took a ride on a train. Use grown-up words." She then asked Bobby what he had done. "I read a book," he replied. "That's wonderful." The teacher said, "What book did you read?" Bobby thought about it, then puffed out his little chest with great pride and said, "Winnie the Shit." So a Harley biker is riding by the zoo in Taronga Park, Sydney, when he sees a little girl leaning into the lion's cage. Suddenly, the lion grabs her by the cuff of her jacket and tries to pull her inside to slaughter her under the eyes of her screaming parents. The biker jumps off his Harley, runs to the cage, and hits the lion square on the nose with a powerful punch. Whimpering from the pain, the lion jumps back, letting go of the girl, and the biker brings her to her terrified parents, who thank him endlessly. A reporter has watched the whole event. The reporter, addressing the Harley rider, says, "Sir, this was the most gallant and brave thing I've seen a man do in my whole life." The Harley rider replies, "Why, it was nothing, really. The lion was behind bars. I just saw this little kid in danger and acted as I felt right." The reporter says, "Well, I'll make sure this won't go unnoticed. I'm a journalist, and tomorrow's paper will have this story on the front page. So, what do you do for a living and who do you support?" The biker replies, "I'm a soldier just returned from Afghanistan, and I'm not really interested in politics, maybe more right-wing." The journalist writes it up and leaves. The following morning, the biker buys the paper to see news of his actions and reads, on the front page, "Right-wing deserter runs away from the army, assaults African immigrant, and steals his lunch." So a cat dies and goes to heaven. God meets him at the gate and says, "You have been a good cat all of these years. Anything you desire is yours. All you have to do is ask." The cat says, "Well, I lived all my life with a poor family on a farm and had to sleep on hardwood floors." God says, "Say no more." And instantly, a fluffy pillow appears. A few days later, 6 mice are killed in a tragic accident, and they go to heaven. God meets them at the gate with the same offer that he made the cat. The mice said, "All our lives we've had to run. Cats, dogs, and even women with brooms have chased us. If we could only have a pair of roller skates, we wouldn't have to run anymore. God says, say no more. And instantly, each mouse is fitted with a beautiful pair of tiny roller skates. About a week later, God decides to check and see how the cat is doing. The cat is sound asleep on his new pillow. God gently wakes him and asks, "How are you doing? Are you happy here?" The cat yawns and stretches and says, "Oh, I've never been happier in my life. And those Meals on Wheels you've been sending over are the best." So an egg is laying on the border between the Netherlands and Belgium. A Belgian and a Dutchman walk up to the egg. "That's my egg," says the Belgian. "No, no, no," says the Dutchman, "that's my egg." "Well," says the Belgian, "we could play a game for it. You kick me as hard in the nuts as you can, and I kick you as hard in the nuts as I can, and the one who screams the loudest doesn't get the egg." "Okay," says the Dutchman, "that seems like a fair deal." "Okay," says the Belgian, "are you ready?" "Yes, I'm ready," says the Dutchman. The Belgian takes a major kick to the Dutchman, Jules, and the Dutchman falls on the ground in agony, doing his very best to not make a sound. After a couple of minutes, the Dutchman gets up and says, "Okay, my turn now." "It's okay," says the Belgian, "you can have the egg." So a man finds a magic lamp. Of course, as the deal goes, he rubs the lamp and out pops a genie that thunders. He has 3 wishes to make. "For my first wish, I want to be some kind of royalty," the man says. The genie nods. "Yes, yes. That can easily be arranged." "For my second wish, I want to live in luxury, the most beautiful castle." "It will be done," the genie agrees. "And I want to be married to a beautiful princess." "I understand," says the genie. "However, your wishes require a lot of work." "But it should be done tomorrow." So the man goes to sleep, and when he wakes up, he is laying in a beautiful bed. He looks around and everything is just as he wished. He is a noble, living inside a beautiful castle, and next to him a beautiful princess smiles at him. "Oh, you're finally awake, Franz Ferdinand. We should get up. Today we're traveling to Sarajevo."